2 years ago was my senior year in college, and that's when that hook and the situation of the mass text happened, and it sort of came out. And then my senior year of college, I made a really rough draft of the song, a really, really basic music video, and just sort of put it out for me and my friends as a senior project. And it went viral on campus. People were shouting across from me, "Why didn't I get your mass text at the USC cafeteria?" And everyone knew me as the mass text girl. I got to perform at USC's gay prom for like 3,000 people, and all these gay guys were just like, "This is the song of my soul," and they knew all the lyrics, and I was like, whoa, what's happening? I'm just up there in a tutu being silly, singing a song about texting. But it showed me sort of the power behind the concept, the idea, and if you have something really catchy, like, people may like it, they may not, but everyone remembers the song and it gets stuck in their heads. So, fast forward a year later, I've graduated, I finally have an apartment, I have my life together, and I was looking, what do I bring to the table? I want to be an entertainer in Los Angeles, and it just stood out. I was like, this is one of the biggest successes I've had. So I buckled down and put all my money towards writing the songs, producing them. I did a Kickstarter to raise money for the music video.
Did you get involved in the production value, like all through the entire steps of it? Because, to have hands-on to make your product look great, that was important. So talk to me about that.
It was really important. It's amazing. YouTube now and the ability of people to learn how to use nice cameras has really upped the ante, I think, on what your product needs to look like. So I knew that had to be really great. I found a wonderful director on Craigslist. I interviewed a bunch of different ones, and he had the right package and the right business sense. We shot it on a Red camera, which, as you know, is top notch. And it really was a magical process. It all sort of worked out. We went back and forth on the ideas for the video. I wanted it to be sort of a staple of pop music, but then have some quirk as well, to really showcase the song in the best manner. And it was so exciting. My extras were from LA casting, and were driving in from Bakersfield and Valencia, all these younger kids who were so excited to be part of the project. So that was great, because I got to share that with them, and they got to see a green screen and a professional set. The school, Sacred Heart High School, an amazing Catholic girls' school that we were able to rent for really cheap, because the song has a positive message. There's no profanity. So they were very supportive of it, and they got involved in the process. So it was really cool. It was, hustling and using all the connections that you have and making what I think is this, beautiful little project that I was just so proud of, and it's so funny and it's so cute. And then I put it on YouTube with no publicity, and if you look at the concept of, my brand and Tay Allyn music, it's about your mundane everyday life. And I love Lady Gaga music, and oh my gosh, I'm the biggest fan and love listening to it, and it's so exciting. But her songs are so avant-garde, and they're about very fantastical, whimsical subject matter. She tackles religion and race and all these very hot topics, and she's amazing. She's this like diva taking that on, which is great. So if you have the pop sensibility of her and the whimsy, but then making the subject matter about, your relatable everyday life. Kesha as well. I love Kesha. I think she's changed the scene of music with her sort of talk singing, fun, playfulness she brings to it. She's very funny as well. But her songs are about riding in a car with P. Diddy, or, sex at the club, things like that, which is so fun. I love to dance and go out with my girlfriends with that. But I can't relate to either of those. I've never experienced that. I didn't grow up in young Hollywood, so I know what it's like, to party the night away and stuff. But these songs that I'm writing, I can relate to, and I think that young kids growing up, or even us, we're talking about Facebook, it's kind of fun to jam out to a song that is literally, every line of it is something that you have experienced before. I cannot push education enough, and it's why I always talk about it when I, am doing interviews or talking about this project. I just think it's so important. I look back at my college years, an amazing time of learning and then personal growth, and I really blossomed. I grew up really unfortunate looking. I was really overweight for a long time. I wore an eye patch for 7 years. I had the outer headgear, the acne, just everything that can go wrong with someone. And I look back at it and I cherish that time because it taught me people skills, it taught me humility. You learn about yourself and you find inner strength. And then, taking all that, being able to do well in school and getting into a college as good as USC, it really is so exciting. So, being 24, a lot of pop music and pop singers right now are 18, or they worked their way up through the Nickelodeon or the Disney circuits, which is great. Those shows are fantastic. But I want people to know you can take the time, you can go to college, you can get an education, you can go to a top 25 university, and then you can take your time and find yourself and be successful. You don't have to, push yourself at 18 if you're not ready to do something. You can take time to cultivate your point of view. I would have never been able to write these songs and do what I've done if I had started earlier. I needed that time. I needed that formal training. Some comments are, 24 is too old to do something like this, or you lose your prime at 21. I think it's crazy. Katy Perry's 28, and more power to her. It takes time. It's a marathon. Yes, oh my gosh, go to college, go to school, figure out who you are, because when it comes, this fame, I guess, that's come from this song now, I feel ready for it. I know what I want to say. I know who I am, and I would not have had that before.
Hey, so we've been talking for a while, and I thought we were cool. Did I miss something?
Why did I get your mass text? I'm in your contacts. Why did I get your mass text? I'm in your contacts. Why did I get your mass text? I'm in your contacts. Why did I get your mass